Hello everyone, welcome to Financial Accounting of BCom second semester NEP course paper. We are on the lesson number 5 of this unit, insolvency accounting. Before proceeding today's lesson, I want to quickly recap what we did in previous lecture. In previous lecture, we have learned one exercise problem and therein how to calculate capital solvent ratio of partners, and one small problem we have learned in lesson number 4. So this is the capital ratio of solvent partners format, and for this problem we have calculated here capital ratio of solvent partners, and at the end we have found their solvent ratios, partner ratios, that is 4:1. In today's lesson, procedure under Insolvency Act. So we know that when the person is declared as a solvent, he has to submit the following: one, a statement of affairs on the date of order and a deficiency accounts. A statement of affairs, it is just like a balance sheet. It is divided into two parts, namely liabilities and assets. The general format of statement of affairs, it is prescribed by the rules made under Presidency Towns Insolvency Act, the statement of affairs format as required by the Indian Solvency Act. In the Court of Justice Insolvency, this is a general format. Now let's see one by one the liabilities side and asset side, what it includes. Here first he has to declare that to the insolvent, the name of the insolvent. You are required to fill up the carefully and accurately this sheet and several sheets, the list of A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H. So here list A, list B, list C, list D, and that is on asset side, and from the liability side, and asset side the list of E and the list of F, G, and final the deficiency account, that is list H. So this should be supplied by the insolvent. So we should know what to include the items under list A. So here under list A, unsecured creditors, list B, fully secured creditors, list C, partly secured creditors, list D, preferential creditors, and asset side list E includes property, and list F includes bad debts, list G includes estimated bills of exchange or other similar kinds of securities, and list H includes deficiencies. Now let's see what we to add in list A. So list A is known as unsecured creditors as per list A. Here all the creditors who have no securities, see here, no securities of non-payment of their dues, such items are listed under list A. For example, trade creditors, bills payable, bank overdrafts, Mrs. loan out of her Sridhan, amount payable on account of contingent liabilities, bill discounted or dishonored, partly paid shares held, uncompleted contracts guarantees given for others, etc. Not secured non-preferential amount dues for wages and salaries, rent, etc. Such items are listed under unsecured creditors and it is referred as list A, and that is shown in a liability side in a statement of affairs. Now list B, as per the list B, list B is also referred as fully secured creditors. List A is referred as unsecured, list B is referred as fully secured creditors. It includes who have sufficient securities, such creditors known as fully secured creditors, whose debts are completely secured, description of securities, date of securities, estimated value of securities, and the amount of surplus left. Such are recorded under list B. List C is referred as partly secured creditors. These creditors are not fully secured and have insufficient securities to meet their claims. The unsatisfied amount is recorded in the expected to the rank column. So we have the rank column here in statement of affairs. So here it is recorded in a rank column. Unsecured creditors, also known as unpreferential creditors, the rank for divided for the unsatisfied amount. List D, referred as preferential creditors for rent, rates, tax and wages. Such creditors get preference over the unsecured creditors. Such creditors are known as preferential creditors. As per the law, under Presidency Towns Act, rupees 300 for clerk and rupees 100 for servant or labourers is calculated. Under Provincial Act, rupees 20 for each such clerk and servant or labourer. So now let's see once again this unsecured creditors. In list D, 1 month rent due to the landlord is preferential in the Presidency Act and rent is not at all preferential in the Provisional Insolvency Act. So list A, B, C and D, these items are listed under liability side. So list A is referred as unsecured creditors, list B referred as secured creditors, list C partly secured creditors and list D preferential creditors. Now let's see the asset side, the items which listed under as a property as per list E and books debts as per list F and list as per G and list as per H. Here property as per list E, asset side, all the asset except book value. The asset which are except book values, debts, bill of exchange in hand and other assets kept as a securities with the fully secured or partly secured creditors are included in this list. Similarly, property as per list F, the book debts are divided into 3: good debts, doubtful debts and bad debts. They are listed under list F. Bill of exchange or other securities in hand as per list G. So here the bill of exchange and other securities that are listed under, that we must list under list G. And the last list H, deficiency amount as per the list H. For this we should create one deficiency account. We will see in next videos how to calculate a deficiency account and how to prepare statement of affairs account. Before that we should take one small brief problems based on this, how to prepare list A, list B, list C, list D, a small illustration problems working on this statement of affairs items. So these kinds of problems they ask in your examination for 5 marks. Here is one exercise. From the following information, ascertain the creditors to be shown under list A and list D. See here, list A, we know that list A is unsecured creditors and list D are preferential creditors. So here some items are given, details: creditors on open account 55,000, bills payable 10,500, creditors having lien on stock 8,000, bills of exchange 4,000, stock estimated to produce 6,000, bills receivable discounted 9,000, expected to rank, income tax payable 550, creditors for salaries and wages 2,200. In a bracket it is given preferential creditors 600. So these are the items and here we need to bifurcate the items which belongs to list A and the items which belongs to list D. So here creditors, bills payable, creditors, lien on stock, bills of exchange, stocks, bills receivable, income tax payable and creditors for salaries and wages. To solve this, now see, first we prepare list A. So list A here, list A, we know that it is unsecured creditors. So in a solution we will write first unsecured creditors as per list A. So here creditors on open an account 55,000. So this is totally unsecured creditors. So that is listed here first. Unsecured creditors on open account 55,000. Second, bills payable. So these are also dues. Bills payable 10,500. Third, here creditors having lien on stock. So this is based on the securities. So this will not comes under this here unsecured creditors. So we will remove this. So next, bills of exchange. This is the item is not related to this list A and list D here. Stock estimated to produce. This is also not required here in case of list A and list D. Bills receivable discounted 9,000 expected to rank. So this is also not required in this case for us, but total amount is given here 9,000. So here in a bracket what the rank is given, receivable and dishonored. So in a bracket the amount which is ranked, such items are listed under as a unsecured creditors. So here bill discounted. So bill discounted 3,000. So this is the item of list A. So in a bracket whatever the amount is given, dishonored. So such items expected to rank, that must be listed in statement of affairs. So here we will consider this items bill discounted as a 3,000. And last here income tax payable. So income tax payable, that is preferential creditors, that comes under list D. So we will take this item in a list D. Creditors for salaries and wages 2,200. So this is the item of list A, but in a bracket preferential creditors are given. So 2,200 minus 600, so that comes 1,600. So creditors for salaries and wages. So unsecured creditors, that is 1,600. So here creditors on account 55,000, bills payable 10,500, bills discounted 3,000, creditors for salaries and wages 2,200 minus preferential creditors 1,000, that comes 1,600. So total is 70,100 of unsecured creditors. List A amount 70,100. So now let's see list D. So list D known as preferential creditors. So from the accounts, so these items now we removed, and rest of our items like here we know that creditors for salaries and wages. So here preferential amount clearly given 600. So we'll take that item first. Preferential creditors for salaries 600, and income tax payable. So here, so these are the preferential creditors. So income tax payable amount 550. 550 plus 600, total comes 1,150. So list A 70,100 and list B 1,150. Let's see once again this problem from the top. Based on previous problems, here I am giving one practice problems to you. From the following, ascertain the creditors to be shown under list A and list D. So here also creditors on open accounts 55,000, creditors having lien on stock 8,000, bills of exchange 4,000, stock estimated to produce 6,000, bills discounted 9,000, in expected rank in bracket 3,000 is given, income tax payable 550, creditors for salaries and wages 2,200, in a bracket preferentials amount is given, that is 60 rupees. And the answer for this list A 60,140 and list D for preferential creditors 610. So all of you try to practice this. So in my upcoming lessons we'll go for the solution. Thank you for watching.